Okay, just a warning before we get into this. Heavy spoilers ahead for the Warlords 3 sets that have already happened. I've uploaded 2 of them on my channel so far. I will be uploading a few in the near future. So if you haven't watched those, you can tune out right now or you can get very upset at me in the comments. Thank you very much. So, this strategy is making I don't know if I say a comeback or it's just making itself known so far in Warlords 3. Very, very interesting. And that is the fast castle on open or semi-open maps. Now, fast castle has always had a presence in our game. It's usually on a map like Arena or a map like Islands where you have the water protecting you or you have your walls protecting you. Instead, in Warlords 3, what we've seen with these 9 villager starts, which, by the way, have been present in other tournaments, and the fast castle hasn't been as prevalent, is players risking this sort of really, really aggressive castle time to get to that strong push in the castle age. And I'll give you a few examples. Game number 1, the very first game of the tournament between Andy and Leary, Haboob, which is in the open map category for Warlords. It is so close, and Andy is playing up against Leary, of all people, one of the most aggressive early game players, goes fast castle with Portuguese into organ guns. Now, unfortunately for Leary, he did have a hole in his walls. Maybe it made a difference, maybe not, but Andy ended up winning there. I think he was at like 19 villagers and Leary was at 30 something, right? But the organ guns obviously just killing everything that Leary could manage. And then game 3 of that very same set on a more closed off map, enclosed. What does Andy do? Well, Andy picks Saracens and Andy just walls himself in and Andy goes fast castle. And then Leary has to respond. And that just resulted in one of the craziest games, probably the craziest game I've ever seen on Enclosed. If you haven't seen that, you should probably go check out my video that is up on this same YouTube channel. That'd be very nice for me and presumably very nice for you as well. But once again, the fast castle approach is just making itself known on these open maps. We're thinking Haboob, we're thinking Enclosed, we're thinking Arabia. Even if you have a good map on one of those, it is pretty rare to just try and make your way up to the third age. And we're not even done. Viper versus Nikov, which just happened yesterday. Viper game 1. We're playing on Lowland. Now, Lowland is in the semi-closed category, so oftentimes players will wall. But Viper goes for a fast castle approach with Khmer, no loom. No loom at all, fast castle, perfectly calculates the walls. And I have to say, this was one of the cleanest builds of all time because you can't always predict how many walls you're going to need. And when Viper clicks up to Castle Age with the Khmer, he has only 3 seconds of idle TC time. So shout out to the GOAT making things look easy. And Nikov was forced into a fast castle as well to respond to that. He made like 2 scouts or something. He just couldn't do anything, right? He had to go fast castle himself. And then game 2, right after that fast castle from Viper, we get probably one of the most aggressive of these fast castles, and it's from Nikov on Spiral, going up with 19 villagers to feudal age. Adds an extra 2, goes Market Blacksmith with Viper having forward docks, so he's harassing the fish, and his scout roaming around. Nikov will go onto Stone and then just go straight into Gavetto. Now, I know there's going to be people that say, oh, Dave, I've seen people go for fast castles all the time. It happens all the time. It happens to me at 1400 ELO. It is not so common at the high level at tournament play, and especially with these more open land maps. Now, I think this is kind of a symptom of 2 things. 9 villagers start, right? So your eco is looking a little bit better earlier on. And the fact that everyone feels the need to push tier and they're not scouting their opponent, so they don't know it's a fast castle until it's too late. And because of this deer pushing meta, I really think that people are taking advantage of the lack of scouting. from their opponent, and they're just going for it, right? And by the time their opponent figures it out, they already are on the way to Castle Age, or it's too late for their opponent to invest in a feudal military to hit them, and there's nothing they can do to stop them except to go to Castle Age themselves. So this is a very interesting development. Obviously, I don't want to see every single game, be a fast castle war with no aggression early, but I think it's really important that we have this strategy variation so that people have to respect the fact their opponent could just ignore everything they're doing in Feudal Age and try and get up to the Third Age themselves and get into those super powerful units. We'll see. Maybe this is just an anomaly. Maybe it'll change as the tournament goes on. Maybe we see more of it. Anyway, super interesting to me. Let me know what you think down below. Are you enjoying Warlords? Have you watched the videos? Are you on my Twitch stream? Let me know. I'll see you guys later. Peace.